right, glad to know you're still with us. Breakfast show right here on Bright Television, Name of Talk and Entertainment. Don't forget that you can follow us on all our social media platform on Instagram, Facebook, and make sure you get your TS TV decoder channel 102 on TSTV Africa. Well, we're back to the segment I've been talking about, and funnily, I actually shared with you on beautiful tips on how to really keep those beautiful memories, the memories of those you love so much, those you appreciate so much, those you're missing so much. It might be your parents, your grandparents, and so many others. And today we're looking at a big topic. Nigerians do not really concentrate on this particular thing, and it's all about the elderly care. Yes, the elderly care. When your grandparents are, showing those beautiful symptoms, how do you take care of them? How do you handle that situation? And many people just say, oh, let's take them to one auntie somewhere, one uncle somewhere. Well, is that the best way to go? We'll be talking about that in just a moment. And to do justice to that, representatives and, of course, people that understand this beautiful concept, and they're from Emerald Elderly Care and Development Foundation. Have them in the studio with me this morning. I have Chief Dr. Chooks and, of course, Dr. Becky Wright. They're from Emerald Elderly Care and Development Foundation. Gentlemen and a beautiful doctor, good to have you on the program.
Thank you.
Last gentleman, Chief. Good to have you on the program. All right, let's kick off with the little background I gave. When you hear senior citizens, many Nigerians don't understand the concept or the elderly care. The concept and how you take care of these particular. We have culture, no doubt, and the culture is that you respect the elderly ones. But are there still measures we should take in taking proper care of these aged people? Let me kick off. Ladies first, right? Let me kick off with Doctor. All right.
Yeah, there are measures we take to take care of elderly ones. It's not all about respect. They have mental issues. They have health issues. They also have some of their issues with accepting the fact that they are aged already, because that on its own is a major issue. So that's when you have issues when even your parents find it very difficult to accept that they are old. So you have to find a way to manage that, because they begin to react, and how you manage that situation matters a lot. So
that's that.
Well,
how to manage it matters a lot. Dr. Chooks, I know this is a big field for you, and you've seen a lot of symptoms from these senior citizens. How do you handle such situations? How do you manage situations like that?
First of all, we need to understand that there are 3 stages in life.
Perfect. Let's go.
First of all, when a human being is born, there are weak parts. At that point, this person is weak and vulnerable and needs to be taken proper care of. Then the second stage is the adult stage, when this person is strong and up and doing. Then the third stage goes back to the first stage, when this person is also weak and vulnerable, right? So when people get old, they get to the third stage. There are a couple of things they can't do for themselves at that time. That didn't mean, or will not mean, that they were unable to do for themselves at the second stage. But at this stage, they are helpless right now. Okay, at this point, we at the second stage need to give them a helping hand, to hold them up, right? To understand that this is not the end of life. That, okay, I have moved from the second stage of life to the third stage of life, does not mean that, okay, is a condemned level or a condemned stage in life. So for our that is why they are known as senior citizens. This is where wisdom lies, because the experience they have put together in their course of life, right, needs to be transferred from them at the third stage to the second stage to get things done. So if they made mistakes, they can tell you, see, don't toe this lane. When I told it, this is what happened. And I couldn't correct it. In the process, I found out that this is wrong, but it was too late for me to fix it, right? So you need to know this mistake and get it fixed. But if we keep abandoning them, if we keep saying, this is old, what does it have to say? This is Gen Z, or this is, right? What it doesn't even have to offer. Then we'll be losing the touch of wisdom. Wisdom is very key. When you are in your second stage, you are only acquiring knowledge and all that. But when you get to the third stage, you're not acquiring knowledge at that time, you're acquiring wisdom. You express wisdom because at that time, life experience, knowledge from maybe education, school, and all of that.
Life
Education at that time has gone through you. And it is their job, trust me, these guys want to pass these experiences or mistakes or things or get things right to the younger folks. But we stand in a situation where the younger folks think they are not needed, which is what we are fixing on.
Wow, amazing. And one we want to wonder, especially this generation, when it's all about tech, not even all about communication with the older folks, the senior citizens. Let's talk about the Emerald elderly care, right, and development. Let's talk about it now. It's a big movement. It's a big mission for you to have seen the need for these senior citizens to impact
to the younger generation,
to the next generation, to put that, to give back that knowledge to the young generations, and of course to help them maintain their mental and physical energy and strength. Now, what exactly are you up to? For me, for a layman there, it's all about hearing elderly care. Well, I've heard you, but what is Emerald Elderly Care and Development up to? Doctor.
Thank you.
I'm going to come to you.
Okay. Emerald Emerald Elderly Care Development Foundation is actually an organization that was born out of passion, out of so much love for the elderly ones. And her aim is to see that they don't just age, but they age right nicely. They age healthy, okay, in every aspect of life. Their mental stage, we cater for them with so much love because love is all that they need at this stage. Because with love, you can extract something from them. Be it knowledge, be it, correction, and what have you. Because if you are nice to them, they will be so relaxed to open up to you, even about their health. Because you need to get very close to them. If you abandon them, they will die with everything that they have in them. So when you are available at that point that they need you, because you have to be there. That's why in the Western world, you have a proper home.
Yes.
Where they are being taken to, and when they are moved into that place, they are not abandoned. The system is also part of their, well-being. But in this part of the world, that is why you see in Africa, or let me use Nigeria, my country. That's why parents would raise their kids up to maybe to university level, and they are good. And before you know it, we brand them witches and wizards. But when they are well taken care of, you will make the best out of them. You will get the best out of them. So Emerald is here to cater for those that have no one to show them love. We are here to love them genuinely, not just because we want to age well to ourselves. What you don't cherish, you don't
Appreciate.
So whatever you appreciate in life definitely will find its way back to you. So if you want to grow old, please take care of the elderly.
Well, amazing, amazing indeed. You know, while we were talking, I just reflected on the 3 stages that Dr. Chicks also
about.
talked about. You know, the vulnerable stage, the first stage, that is the early stage, to the second stage where you're very agile, active, and you can go all around, and to the last stage, still back again, being vulnerable, and you need someone to take care of you. The system in Nigeria, Dr. Jukes, you will agree with me that it's not really encouraging, you know, these senior citizens care or elderly care. For example, I'll give it to you. We have pensions issues where some, you know, older folks will collapse while trying to register, you know, to get their pensions and stories like that. And you also mentioned, you know, children being raised by these beautiful, you know, blessings to our generation. And eventually they label them wizards, witches, and they've run away from them. You have heard many stories of, don't go back to the village because this auntie does not, you know, and this is the auntie that actually took care of this man, you know, stories like that. And some other, our generation, we believe that, oh, once we do WhatsApp call, we do video calls, we call daddy on Sunday or Monday, that should sort it out. And I'll send money to daddy, no problem. Daddy should take care of it. We'll just put more light on the challenges that these elderly ones are facing and how we can tackle it. Let's focus on these few things.
Okay, let me just address on the words that you used. The elderly and the Emerald Elderly Care and Development Foundation has the main goal. Elderly care. This organization is designed, established to take care of the elderly. Anyhow.
No matter the condition.
No matter the condition, via health, for joy's sakes, for leisure's sakes, anyhow that we can give extra life to the elderly, we are out to get that done. Then and remember here it says and foundation.
Foundation.
And foundation, right? And development foundation. Now, we are also looking at, okay, the world is running on technology right now, right? So we can also bring through technology. Who said your grandfather can do Facebook? Who said your grandfather can do Instagram? Who said your grandfather can? Okay, now, when you have a baby and your baby is between the ages of 2 and 5, there is a tablet for that baby right now, right? That the baby can be playing with. Do you know that there are tablets? We have tablets that old people can use right now to just keep their brains working.
Amazing. I'm impressed.
Yes.
And with beautiful apps to actually engage them.
Amazing apps that can link them to their second stage life and connect them to the third stage.
Wow.
So they are not feeling, they know they're old, but because what is human? Human is the brain, the mind, the psychological part of a man is what makes a man function. So we are looking at the psychological part of the human being, of that old or aged or elderly, right? Man or woman, right? Then we are looking at some of them still want to do businesses. So how do we support them? What kind of businesses are they supposed to do? So how do we support them? Right? So financially, we are also supporting them. Like we can advise them and say, okay, considering your health situation and all that, considering your family situation right now, this is the kind of business you should do. And we fund it as well.
Wow.
Then we also have the food bank, where food is gathered in the food bank and distributed to them in their homes, in their various villages or in their communities and all that. So these are some of the strategies we are employing and much more. Then we are also saying to the entire public, because we're not selfish with ourselves saying, okay, or being rigid and saying, okay, this is how we think it has to be done. No, we are open to everybody saying, please email us, please Instagram us, send us a message via phone, SMS, anyhow, telling us how you think The elderly should be taken care of because obviously you have, no matter how you think you are, you must have met an elderly person, right? So what do you think we should do to improve the life of any elderly person out there?
Well, amazing indeed. I must confess to you that, you know, this is really a big cause, a big mission, and thank God you're here to, you know, educate Nigerians and of course educate everyone about this particular care. Well, you have a particular project going on, and that is why I'm passionate about it. It's going to come up in Abuja right here,
Yes.
and the theme is rising to the challenge and empowering the use of technology, right? Am I correct? And it's all about the Senior Citizens Conference 2022, which is going to happen today, 11th of November, which is my MD's birthday.
Oh, wow.
That's why you started
Happy
speaking.
birthday, MD.
I
And
know.
age right, age well.
Yes. And he's going to age bright because
Yes,
it's bright.
yes.
You know, and of course he's passionate about, you know, showing care to the elderly. I can say that because I've seen him, you know, I've seen his love to his parents, his father and his mother. So who else can, you know, accommodate such person?
That's
Yeah.
actually where it starts from.
Yes.
Because what you don't have, you can't give to nobody.
You cannot give to anyone.
Anybody. So when you see a man, it's just like when growing up, they will say to you, if when you want to get married, look at how that man treats his mother. Do you understand? So when a man takes good care of his parents, definitely, you know, he even at a very young age. So when he grows old, this thing will find its way back to you.
Back to you.
Your children are watching.
True.
Your children are watching the way you take care of your parents. So, and to the MD, just like he said you're a wonderful son,
He is.
and a wonderful child to your parents. So, we wish you happy birthday. Emerald is celebrating you today too.
Thank you so
Feel
much.
free to come around. Let's celebrate you. We have a big cake waiting for you there. That's by the way. Let me take the words from her mouth. Right? Emerald Senior Citizens Conference is happening today, Friday, the 11th of November,
Okay.
2022. And what are we doing? What are we doing? We're trying to sensitize the general public. Over there, we're going to have young people. The National Youth Council will be there representing the youth.
Talk show.
Yes.
Okay,
You know,
perfect.
to so that the youth will understand the value of the elderly, right? Then the elderly will be there to understand that we're not giving up on them as well, right? Then over there, we want to also bridge that gap with technology. This is where we are introducing to the general world what we have been doing, right? Just as I said here, we have tablets and other kind of gadgets that can help the elderly enhance their psychological lifestyle. You get my point? So this is what the program is all about.
Wow. Okay, so it's going to happen today at ASO Hall, International Conference Center in Abuja. 10 o'clock is the time, and of course, it's all today. Well, we will definitely be part of this conversation, and we believe that we'll also, you know, follow up with your development, your progress, your achievement. But before you go, I want to talk about feedback. You know, you talked about, you know, giving people the platform to educate, to also share the thoughts on how to take care of these beautiful citizens, the senior citizens. What are the measures of your feedback? How do you get your feedbacks? How do you get support? Do you have the people that volunteer to support you in health-wise, for food bank that you talked about? Do you have people that, you know, how do you get your the funding? And of course the beautiful feedback that you need? How do you get those?
Well, for years now, it has been from our pockets. For years now, it has been from our pockets. But thank God that right now we are in partnership with Zitadel.
Yes, we have a lot of subscribers
Some
now.
people that support
Yes,
you now.
some other persons that also have passion for
Believe in your vision and your
of
dream.
course. So, and they have in one way or the other, you know, been supportive of what we are doing, and we are not we are open to, you know, more support because it's a very, very big project, you know, that we have embarked on. So there is no limit to what we can get, because the coverage is wide. So we are open to the general public support. So if you have passion for these people, you are welcome. So, and recently, there's something we didn't mention on this that I would love for us to talk about. So we have our partner from UK, that is already on ground training some of our volunteers. So we can send to the homes. If you are not if you are not in Nigeria, if you need a caregiver, so we send to different people. Yes, just don't abandon your parents. Don't abandon the elderly ones. And it doesn't matter whether you're financially buoyant or not. Don't abandon them. We love them. We want to take care of them. Please just call on us, so that we give them all the support and love that they need.
We also have some hospitals
yes,
right now
affiliated to us.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
That like today there will be free medical check.
Okay.
For the elderly, and it will be run by these hospitals. When you come for the event today, or you message us, you'll be privileged to have the contacts of these clinics where you can walk into and have care.
Free of charge now.
Not necessarily free of charge, but at a very discounted rate. Right? Because we know that some of these people cannot afford full price on medical care. So one of the things we are doing is to find a way to subsidize their care. Yeah.
Well, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing these thoughts with us. And of course, the effort, the contribution to this particular generation, that is the senior citizens, will not go in vain, and you'll reap the fruit of your labor by God's grace. Before I go, just a very quick one, a memory of my grandmother. While she was here with us, anytime we bring her to the city, she's always telling us, "Come, I have a lot to do in the farm. I need to go back to the farm."
Exactly.
So how do you handle people that still have that attachment with their past?
Okay.
And you want to keep them somewhere?
That's why that training. That's why that training is going on. We do not intend to take the elderly from take the elderly from their comfort zones.
No.
Right? We do not intend to take the elderly from their comfort zones. What we are trying to do is, what makes you happy as an elderly person? Because remember what I said, it's more of their psychological health care, right? So now, whatever that is, we try to advise you on how best, because some of them still feel I can still cultivate on a hectare of land. So now we can tell you, now we tell you can no longer do a hectare of land, but we can give you the manpower, right? But you can share the knowledge of cultivating on that particular environment. Do you understand? And to give you the same care, so we can send you people that can advise you once in a while, chat up with you and make you understand the best way to proceed with your life, because we need you to live longer.
And to also check up on you to know if your health status at that moment is okay for you to even work on that farm. But we encourage that too, because it's part of the things, the things that Emerald is doing. So we encourage them to do that.
We're not taking them out from
their
homes.
Many people want to ask that question. Thank you once again for joining us on the program. Maybe for the politicians that need to get cares from you, maybe you need to tell them to retire so that they can also impact knowledge.
Oh yes, politicians, they need to retire. A lot of them need to retire to the farm and and work and exercise their hands too and their brain.
Not sitting
and no.
All right, doctors, thank you so much. Chief Dr. Chooks, and of course Dr. Becky, thank you once again from Emerald Elderly Care and Development Foundation, which the program is going to come up today at Aso Hall International Conference Center, Abuja. 10 o'clock is the time. Don't forget, just be part. And TSTV definitely will also be part of this particular movement. Thank you once again, gentlemen, and Lady Chief. And Chief Lady. Thank you. All right, we'll go for another break. When we return, we'll continue with flipping through the pages of the newspaper to see what the ladies are giving us this morning. Stay with us, please.
just talked about the worship of God. He is a great God, He's a mighty God, He's everlasting Father. All right, let's quickly look at the scriptures here. Philippians chapter 2, verse 9 to 11.
We are going after those things. We are searching for health elsewhere, searching for food elsewhere.
Every nation confess that Jesus is Lord. When you are not lifting your hand to worship another God, you are lifting your hand to worship the Creator and the Keeper of creation. You are lifting your hand to worship a God, a name that is above every other name. You are lifting your hand to worship a God.
TST